Hi there, my name's Catherine and this is my channel So Much Sewing and So Much Dogs. You can just see a dog standing here. He's been very clingy lately since they came back from the boarding kennels when we went away for Christmas time. But anyway, so this is my first Friday sews of 2023. I've got a good feeling about 2023. I'm sure it's going to be good for me and I hope it's going to be good for you too. Friday Sews was created by Jen and Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and it's just a nice friendly platform where YouTubers all post under the same hashtag. They talk about their recent... No, Butch, don't do that. You're going to trip over the microphone. Come round this way. Come on. Come round this way. Good boy. You are such a funny sausage. So yeah, Today in Jen's Sewing Room, we all post under the same hashtag where we can talk about our current makes, recent makes, current projects, and a little bit about life. Today I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing now, which is my Closet Core Nicks blouse that I made using the cotton lawn from the Dahlia Sewciety December bespoke box. It's this beautiful peacock print and some fabulous blues and gold. Gold's generally not a colour for me, but I think that I can get away with it because it's mixed in with these blues, which definitely are my colour. And so this is, you probably have all seen the new Nicks dress and tunic and blouse pattern that's out from Closet Core. I decided to make the blouse because I feel like, I mean, I'm not that keen on accentuating my waist. I have lost loads and loads of weight, but I just feel like my waist is still not, you know, I'm still in apple shape, and so I just feel like I don't, for myself, I'm not comfortable showing off that area, and I think the elastic around the waist there would accentuate that for me, and I wouldn't feel comfortable. So, but the blouse looked like a good option for me. It's got gathers here at the yoke, gathers at the back. It's a boxy loose fit. I like the way it drapes. I made the sleeves quite a bit shorter than in the pattern because I wanted to wear it in the sort of summer months and heading towards autumn, and so I didn't want it to be short sleeved. And these are actually a really comfortable length for me. So I feel like the pattern sewed up very nicely, very quickly. The instructions for the most part were pretty easy to follow. I did see Rachel from Stitched Up had done a in-depth review of when she made the Nicks dress, and she did point out that there were some sort of proofreading errors in the pattern, and so it's good that she pointed those out. So when I got to that part, I knew that that part was wrong. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like the pattern came together very well. It doesn't have bust darts, and I just feel like it probably works well for the dress, but I feel like in the blouse maybe not so much. It is very loose here, and I feel like it's quite wide on the shoulder for me. If I speak too loudly when I come up close like this, the microphone might be too loud, so I'm going to try and speak a bit softer while I'm closer to the microphone. So I feel like it's a bit wide on my shoulder, and I wondered about taking that in, but I did sort of do a tissue fit, and I felt like it was going to work okay for me, but with the top made up, it looks to me like it's still a bit too large on the shoulders. And because there's no bust dart, it just kind of hangs there. But I like it. I like it. I like that it's loose and airy. Love the colours. and I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. V-necks, I often have trouble with V-necks. I don't know if I'm a bit rough on them and they often stretch out, or is it facings in general they're a bit dodgy? I'm not sure, but this came out, I couldn't be happier with this. In fact, I'm so happy with it that I made another one. And here is my second version. This is made in a really lovely floaty viscose. It's quite a sort of a wrinkly cheeseclothy sort of look to it. I'll show you up close in a little bit. I wanted to make this one longer to make it more tunic-y, and I just, the fabric is just so light. It's going to be fantastic for when we get our really hot days. Again, I should have taken the shoulders in. I feel like, sorry, that was a door slamming in the wind. It's really, really windy here today. It's pretty overcast and yucky and muggy. Anyway, that's our weather at the moment. So I do feel like it makes me look quite wide on the shoulders. Again, I'll speak a little bit more quiet as the closer I am to the microphone here, in case it's too noisy. It's a bit wide on the shoulders. It sits here. My shoulder point is there. I really should have taken it in, and I think because there's white in the print, along with the fact that it's wide, just I think the white in the print, it emphasizes the width. I don't think it's too bad. I made the fantastic sleeves from the Gabby Dress, the Fibre Mood Gabby Dress. I love, 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 love these sleeves. Big and billowy, got an inner sleeve here. I usually make the inner sleeve out of knit fabric, but this fabric here is quite, it's got a little bit of give in it, even though there's no stretch. Can you see the texture on there? So I just used the same fabric for the inner sleeve, and it's worked out fine. I found when I first made these sleeves that the fabric I was using was very, very structured, heavy cotton, and it was just too restrictive, which is why I started using knit on the inner sleeve, but this fabric's fine for that. I got this from Trade Me, which is our secondhand platform like eBay in New Zealand here. It was sold as a viscose, and I do believe it is viscose. It's so beautiful and drapey, and I'm not sure. I am disappointed about the shoulders. Is it as bad as I think? Or is it not as bad as I think? At the moment, I feel like this is probably going to be an at-home top for when it's really hot. I'll probably wear it down to the supermarket and down to the local hardware store and that sort of thing, but I might not wear it anywhere else. What do you think? Is it okay, or does it just look too big on the shoulders? Let me know in the comments. And now I will talk to you about the third item. I've been on a making roll. I was away over Christmas for about a week, and I got back. Why wasn't I sewing? For the first few days I wasn't sewing. I can't remember why, but the last couple of days I'm still on annual leave. My husband's gone back to work. He went back to work on the 1st of January. I'm off until the 9th of January. So he's been at work for, it's Wednesday today, so he's been at work for, this is the 3rd day, and I have just been sewing up a storm. So I have sewn a third item, and I will show that to you now. And here is my third item that I have just made. This is my second version of the Anais shirt dress from Style Arc. I've made it in this lovely viscose, possibly it's a challis, I don't know, I don't really know what that is, but I realise I've been saying this is a viscose and that's a viscose, and it doesn't really actually tell you anything about the fabric itself, but this is a very sort of smooth, cool to the touch, sort of densely woven viscose. I love it. Got a pocket, breast pocket. I haven't put any buttons on it yet, because I only just finished it late yesterday, but I've got these buttons that I got from a second-hand store for $2 for 14 buttons. Evelyn Wood would be so proud of me. Does anybody else watch Evelyn Wood? I guess my Australian viewers will watch Evelyn Wood, and my New Zealand viewers. But you should go and check her out. She's all about thrifting sewing items, because we all know sewing items, paraphernalia, can be very expensive. And she's always thrifting bindings, buttons, laces, and that sort of thing. So she'd be very proud of me. I got these beautiful buttons. They're all slightly different. And like I say, I got, there's 14 in the packet for $2. Perfect. So that's the next thing. I guess I'm going to be a bit cheeky and say that's my next project, even though it's not a project, but putting 14 buttons on and buttonholes, hey, that's a project in itself, isn't it? That's huge. You can't unfortunately see the bottom of this, but I've got it on with my skinny jeans and my black leather sneakers, so I feel like I can wear this open. I didn't put pockets in it. I probably should have, but I didn't. The sleeve head here, it's a two-piece sleeve, and it's actually difficult. It was difficult to get that sitting smoothly. It's very shaped, so I hope that it's good enough. And there's something about the collar. Last time I made it, as well as this time I made it, the collar seemed a bit small. So I don't know whether it shrunk. I didn't do, in either version, I didn't do, what do you call it, bulk fusing. I cut the collar piece out and fused interfacing to it, and so maybe that shrunk the collar, I'm not sure, but it was quite a bit smaller than it should have been. So I took the seam in here, the center seam on the arm, I took that in to shorten it, and I eased it in. There's quite a lot of easing on the shirt part. It's eased in. I've managed to do it, you know, quite tidily, but there was quite a lot of easing to do there. But so I don't know if it's anything to do with the collar, or if it's like I say, because I should have bulk fused it, the interfacing shrunk the collar, I'm not sure. But if I made it again, I probably would, what would I do? Would I add a little bit to the collar? I would try bulk fusing, I don't know. But it's just something to be aware of. I haven't seen anybody else mention it in a review, so it's probably just me. But there we go. So that is my third make. As to my next project, like I said, putting on 14 buttons and buttonholes is going to be a project and a half in itself. But what I'm going to start working on next is my capsule wardrobe. Well, it's probably not a capsule, it's my wardrobe for autumn winter. So I know we're in the middle of summer still. In fact, we probably haven't even got to the middle of summer. We haven't had our hottest days, I know this. But I've got enough to be going on with for my summer clothing. I ended up purchasing a few pieces because I was taking so darn long to make anything. Well, I've made some items. I know I've made items because I've shared them with you on my channel. So I don't know why I didn't have enough. But anyway, I purchased a couple of items of clothing and a dress, and so I'm okay for summer, spring, summer. But I would like to get organised for autumn, winter. So I've been thinking really hard about that. I've started a Pinterest board. I've got my ideas. I've, got everything in order. The clothing that I have already that is ready to wear, and the clothing that I've made already last winter that I can still wear this winter. And then I'll just add some pieces to it. So I'm going to be very intentional about what I make next seasons, for the next 2 seasons, very intentional. So I've got some plans in mind. I may not stick to them 100% religiously, but I think they are a really good place to start. I've got patterns in mind, and I'll do a video and show you all the things that I've got in my wardrobe currently, and what I think I will add to that wardrobe. So yeah, but I may not make exactly what I talk to you about, but it'll be, within an issue. It might just be a different pattern, or I might use a different fabric or whatever. But so I think I've got a really good base to be going on with, and I will just hopefully be able to add a few strategic pieces and have the wardrobe of my dreams over winter time. I love winter so much more than summer. I'm a winter girl for sure. I hate the heat. I don't really feel good in summer dressing, but I love winter dressing. I love jumpers, shirts, jeans, boots, scarves. I love all that. So I'm getting pretty excited about my making. So a little bit about life. My life isn't very exciting, but we are expecting my father-in-law to come and visit. He has been in Australia over Christmas time. He lives in England, and he usually comes over at Christmas time, but of course he hasn't for the last couple of Christmases because of COVID. But this year he went to Aussie for Christmas to spend it with my sister-in-law and her family, and he's coming to us in a very few days. So I've got a lot of stuff to do around the house. I've got to get his room organised. We don't use that room, so it's been shut up, so it becomes a junk room. So I've got to clear out the junk, I've got to dust it and hoover, and all those good things, make up the bed. So that's what I'll be doing for the next few days. And if I'm honest, there's probably a bit of spring cleaning I need to do around the house as well. And we are in the middle of zhuzhing up our back deck. We have we've been in the process of painting our house for quite some time. It's a big house. It's 2-storied, and it's got a very steep pitched roof on it. It's about 6 meters high at the tallest, so it's been a bit of a mission for my husband. And we're sort of finishing off the back area, and we've taken down an old roof, uprights and roof, on the old deck, and we've got some new pergolas to go up, and we're just painting the deck and what have you. So hopefully we can get that done before Phil gets here. Not sure, but that's what we're working towards as well. So kind of busy in our household. But anyway, that is enough from me. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're enjoying your start to the new year, and I do hope to see you here again. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.